Hello, how are you?
Hi, Brian.
Sorry, I don't have a webcam. I ordered one off the internet. Should be here by Saturday, I think.
You don't have a what?
A webcam,
What's a webcam?
so you can see my face.
Oh. That's fine. Just as long as you have it for the test. That's all I really care about.
Oh, okay.
So basically, I logged in early because it was easier to do the office hours this way as opposed to doing it the other. Oh, actually, I got Dylan in here too. Got lots of people in. People are actually conscientious.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because I saw your email for 9 o'clock, but I had seen it too late.
It's both. So you would rather come in at 9?
9 is fine for me. I just didn't know.
9:30. 9:30.
9:30. Okay.
Yeah, I basically had a whole bunch of people. This has been a royal screw up from the start. I signed up for the class to be live online, which meant that I would be presenting a lecture every other day. Well, in the meantime, they put me on just an online course, which means that I can't require you to be here.
Okay? Right. I saw that.
Which
Yeah.
also means the time went away.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So in the meantime, I've got people that have scheduled other courses that conflict with this, or took this course with the idea that it wouldn't interfere with their work schedule.
Yeah, that must have been confusing. Yeah.
That's not the half of it. Then I was trying to make things fair for the people that actually were on. They actually wanted to come in and do this. And so I decided, okay, well, we'll just have the other people do 9 more submissions into the discussion forum, which meant 2 sentences.
Right.
I didn't think that was overwhelmingly onerous for them. It was just to kind of like give the people that were in the Zoom meetings a break.
Yeah.
So, and then once I got ruled against for that, basically what happened is I decided, what am I going to do? Make all of you guys submit 10, 12 things?
Yeah.
It'll be okay. Oh, Felicia's in. No picture, Dylan? You shy? Brian's got an excuse. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I apologize about the amount. Brian, did you go away? No,
I'm still here. Yeah.
I apologize about the amount of emails. I really do apologize for that. I needed to clarify some issues.
Sure, that's understandable.
For those of you just getting here, you can check out if you want until 5:30 because I'm just here to take care of office hours for today. By the way, those office hours are going to be canceled after today because I'm offering 2 Zoom classes, one at 9:30 from 9:30 to 10:45, the other at this time. You can attend to either one or don't have to attend either. Anybody know any good jokes?
None that come to the top of my head.
Okay.
I have one. So somebody went to the doctor and the doctor came up and said, I have good news and bad news. And the patient goes, well, what's the good news? Well, the disease can be named after you.
Jacqueline? You're going to make me look funny, Jacqueline. Guys, I kid around. Jacqueline, are you upset? You're not talking to me. Jacqueline.
I just turned off the mute.
Guys, I kid around with you. If you get upset, please email me back or pull me aside at the end of the class. Say you need to talk to me about something. Please, 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 don't let it fester. I have one true story. I was teaching Chem 1 lab once, and I had a student that was a female student that was very, very unsure about organic chemistry. And so I looked at her, hey, do you like to cook? It's no problem. Organic chemistry is everything like cooking. You got to take one little thing, another little thing, you put them together with heat, you make something new. I found out in Air My Bitches, which you guys know as Rate My Professor. I found out on Rate My Professor that this other student, not the one I was talking to, but another student overheard me. And she said, Mr. Popovich is a sexist pig. He told one student in the class she should be cooking instead of taking chemistry. So for that reason, ladies and gentlemen, please, please, if you're upset with me, there's no use to letting it fester for the entire semester. Tell me right to my face I'm an asshole. I'll accept it.
That must have been. That is crazy, actually.
This is the world we live in. Okay. Now everybody is real. Go ahead, Blake.
I said everything can be taken out of context. Sorry. Yeah.
You know what context is, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you do? It's a novel written by a felon in a penitentiary.
Oh, why do you say that?
Context.
Oh, I see.
The jokes do not get any better than that. Okay, I'm just peddling my foot, tap dancing here. Guys, you can click off. I just put it here so that we can have some conversation, get to know one another, and hook up with my office hours. I generally will try and open this thing up a little bit early.
Right. So you're teaching the lecture twice then? Is that what you're trying to do? Oh.
Well, I figured they gave me two classes worth of students.
Right.
If you notice the registration for this class, I got 50 students in here.
Oh my gosh, 50?
50. So I figure if I break it up in two groups like that, it'll be like teaching two classes.
Sure.
Except, of course, I'm not getting the pay.
Yeah. All this online is making things way more complicated than it has to be.
How many people are pleased with the online teaching?
I don't know. This is my first time, so I'll tell you later.
Okay, so I'm your first, huh, Jacqueline?
Yes, sir.
All right, there we go. We'll get you through it.
I failed my first class because of it.
Yeah. Yep.
You got to keep up with it. That's the main thing. And the other trouble is I can't see you. I can't see what you're understanding and what I need to go into more explanation over, and what you're just going, I already got this, Mr. P. So it's hard from my aspect. So a lot of times you're going to hear me make comments like, do you understand that? Are we good here? And basically I'm trying to elicit from you the fact that you're understanding things. The first 6 weeks or so, we're going to be reviewing what we did for the most part for intro. Anybody not take intro? Fine as kind. So pretty much you all are up to speed on the way the labs run and the way a lecture runs. We good with that?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody into trivia? Hey, I'm just hitting your tap dancing, guys. Anybody into trivia?
Never
Kind
really
of.
tried it. Yeah.
Me.
There are 4 states whose capitals begin with the same letter as the state does. For example, if either Pittsburgh or Philadelphia were the capital of Pennsylvania, that would work, since the city begins with P and the state does. There are 4 in the country. What are those 4?
Oklahoma, Oklahoma City.
Very good. There's another easy one.
New
Indianapolis,
York?
Indiana.
Indianapolis, Indiana. Now we got 2 in the very opposite spectra. You're good at this, Rebecca, aren't you?
Thanks.
I'm hearing crickets though, Rebecca. Come on, guys, it's been 5 minutes. You only got 2 out of 4.
Dover, Delaware.
Dover, Delaware.
Unmute. How's it going, sir?
Oh, who's this?
This is Vera.
Hi, Vera. How you doing? You
Another
like the
day in
Lakers,
life.
huh?
Yes, sir.
Good for you.
Yes, sir. You have the same name as
Honolulu, Hawaii.
Yes, I do. Honolulu, Hawaii is the 4th one. Yes, I do, Vera. The only time that's ever done me any good is when I was in Hawaii. It allowed me to pick up my rental car the next day rather than same day. It's the only time it's ever done me any bit of good. Although be honest with you, I freaked out. First time I was in San Antonio, I was staying in a hotel, TV goes on, and all of a sudden I see my name pop up on the screen. This is before he was famous. This is when he was the general manager.
Oh. Way before then. Okay.
Well, not that way. Before he's actually,
Well,
I think
mean,
I think he hired himself as coach.
Yeah.
It's kind of easy to do when you're the general manager.
Right. Right. All is well though. No, but it's definitely a great person to have a exact name after.
Did anybody live through the madness that was the summer course taken online? That was real fun. Me talking for 3 hours on Zoom every other day.
Good times.
Okay. Jacqueline,
Yes, sir.
you can tune out for the first, I don't know, what was it, 45 minutes? Why didn't you tell me that I had another 45 minutes to go this morning?
Actually, I got in late, so I thought everything was ended. Maybe you started early. So I was
Okay.
just going with everybody else.
Well, at least you'll get through the lecture tonight.
Hey, I got a trivia question. True or
Okay,
false?
go for it.
True or false? Do insects have lungs?
I don't do biology.
I don't think they do, right? I thought they like breathe out of their butt or something.
No, don't
Actually,
they breathe through their skin?
they have ventricle holes. They're called tracheas. It's like our tracheas, but they go throughout the entire body and they come out like where the wings are and the legs are.
Oh.
I think I was close enough.
Yeah. It's a
Jacqueline,
hole.
Jacqueline,
Yes, sir.
biology is not a science.
Biology is not a science.
No, it's not.
I'm
What
triggered.
is?
It's a study of life. Well, I was
You can
thinking
tell
entomology.
your biology teachers I said that.
Okay.
Enjoy that a lot.
Yeah. And then
I
watch the
can't see
grade plummet.
chemistry.
I'm sorry?
I can't see chemistry, so how do I know it's real?
Exactly.
Okay, you throw a pound of sodium into the Monongahela River. You'll see chemistry in action real quick. Okay, I got a project for you guys by Sunday.
Sure.
I'll
Go
explain
ahead.
it again a little later, but you guys have to do a scavenger hunt for me. But the scavenger hunt involves 2 parts. By Sunday, I've got a series of 10 questions loaded up in the forum. You do not have to give me 3 responses this week. You just have to respond to those 10 questions. And the questions are things like, where were you born? How many pets have owned you? How many shoes are in your closet? From that, what's going to happen is I will develop another 10 questions based upon those. And I'm going to get all your responses by Sunday, and I'm going to have a good idea what the answers to my second set of questions are. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go through all of the responses for the first week to figure out who was born the furthest from Tampa. That makes sense to you?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to, oh dear God, Felicia, 10 questions? Felicia. She's in the chat room, isn't she?
Yeah. I don't think she has a mic.
Can we choose to answer all 10 questions off the bat?
No, you have to answer all 10 questions.
Right, but I'm saying, like, can we just do like one post? Just go ahead and answer all 10.
Yeah. One post.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, one post, answer all 10 questions. Believe me, I tried to do it so that it would be 3 submissions. It was an
Yeah.
absolute nightmare for me.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, she's worried about the answering 10 questions. What about the nomenclature quiz from lab? Didn't you all like that one? You don't
Wait,
remember
what?
the nomenclature test? 240 questions or whatever? Where you had a multiple choice of A through O?
That was a while ago.
Oh, okay, we got 5 minutes to go, guys.
I have a question. I
Have
have
an
a quick
answer.
question about Zoom, period. Because like this is like my first time ever on Zoom, so I've never done this before. But
Okay.
what else do you have to do on Zoom besides like log into so you have to send us the link every time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. I have to, what's going to happen is I'm going to send you the meeting link probably
Right.
about 5 minutes before I start the meeting. And just like you did today, just hook into that and it'll bring you here. And Bria,
Okay.
did you ask what else you have to do for Zoom? You have to get on one leg, hop up and down 50 times while singing.
Singing what?
I don't know, glory, glory, hallelujah. I don't know.
What if I don't know that song?
Okay.
I'm
The
being
Star
honest.
Spangled Banner.
Listen, I'm being on. Okay. Oh, Star Spangled. I forgot how it starts. I
Oh,
can do
say,
the
can you
national
see?
anthem. Okay.
By the Dawn's
Wait,
Early
I thought.
Light.
Wait, I thought Star Spangled Banner and national anthem are 2 different things. No.
No, they are the same thing. Did you
And
know the Star Spangled Banner is actually an old British bar tune?
Yeah, that I knew of, but every time I just heard them say the national anthem.
If you actually go to the Smithsonian, where they have the Star Spangled Banner, you can actually hear
Right.
them play it, the old tune as it's written. I can't type and think at the same time. By the way, guys, my preferred method of communication is not texting. I'm 63 years old. My thumbs don't work. Okay? Seriously, if you need to get in contact with me, I'll show you my phone number. That's probably the best way to get in contact with me. It's quicker. It's quicker. There's less problems with communication. So that works out well.
Can we text to the phone number?
You could try. It's a landline. That's another thing you guys don't know about. Do you know what you used to, that you used to get charged for long distance calls? And it wasn't cheap. So basically, if you were like traveling somewhere and you wanted to let somebody know you got there, you'd have to develop a code like, once I get there, I will phone and let it ring 3 times.
Oh man.
Which was worked until you forgot what the number was. Okay, we're close enough. All right, I'm Mr. Popovich. Mr. P, call me Mr. P. Professor P, Mr. Popovich, Professor Popovich, do not call me doctor. I have not earned that honor. Anybody know what a doctor is?
Someone with a PhD.
No. It's somebody who has studied the subject for so long that they know everything about nothing. Again, the jokes do not get any better than this. Give you an idea who I am. Went to West Virginia University, got my bachelor's in chemistry. I went from there, went to work at Revlon. I was a synthetic chemist for a year. I got the whole 23 chemicals. The only crystals in the world were in my hands. Then my boss told me that I'm going to make you do some reactions with phosgene. You guys know it better as mustard gas. And I figured this mustard gas was reacting with amino acids. It's going to react with amino acids in my body. So I decided, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. I went back, got my master's in chemistry, and got a job as a forensic chemist. Where? Dade County, Florida, where there are crack cases and more crack cases and more crack cases. I got there just about the time of the second riots in Miami, about the same time as the Miami River cops. Lots and lots of corruption down there. By the way, my daughter lives in South Florida. That's the only reason I would ever go back there. So I decided after about 5 years, I've had enough of this. So I'm going to go to the furthest place from Miami I can get. It was a place called Redding, California. Now, Redding, they have 2 things. They have tumbleweeds and they have cows. And I'm sorry, I lied. They have a 3rd thing. They have meth labs up there. So I got to be involved with taking down meth labs. I wanted to get back closer to my parents, so I moved from there to Milwaukee. And I'm looking at this, guys. I get to Milwaukee. It's October. It's snowing. It snowed until May, and I'm sitting there counting. That's 6 months of the year. I can't handle this. So I moved back to California, to my heaven. God, I lived in Sonoma County, California. It's an hour away from my favorite city, San Francisco. And I absolutely loved it there. I was in heaven. All the wine I could drink within 15 minutes to the nearest winery. Ladies and gentlemen, do not have grandchildren. Grandchildren make you do stupid things. My wife wanted to be near her grandchildren, so she moved us to Tampa, and I happened to follow her, which explains why I'm here. I have been teaching this particular class since 2011. As I said, as I alluded to, I have a wife. I have a daughter who is a principal of a high school, and 3 grandchildren, one of whom is doing the same thing you're doing. He's zooming in on his college classes. Okay, guys. Let's see, I got to get that's all I have memorized at this point. What's the half-life for carbon-14? All right, my expectations, ladies and gentlemen. This is your class. I alluded to this in the welcome letter. Get your money's worth. If you are prepared to answer questions, then you will get more out of the class. I like to run an interactive classroom, which means I will be calling on you. You got to come prepared though. You have 3 choices. You can read the text. You can look at the PowerPoints I presented. You can look at the videos I prepared for you. All 3 of those will prepare you for doing the class. Basically, the required materials here, you need a computer with a camera. If not, we will try and locate one for you. If you don't have one, we will try and locate one for you. We need this because of the monitoring. The textbook is not required. I think you can glean enough information from the PowerPoints, the presentations, and the videos to get yourself through this class. However, some people learn better out of reading a textbook. That's why I have it listed. It's required because veterans need to have something required in order to have it paid for. How are you going to be successful? One of my former students put it best. Chemistry is very, very, very hard. It's insidious. What happens is chemistry builds on previous knowledge. So if you don't get a good foundation at the beginning, you're going to have to work 2-3 times as hard to get that built up again. Let's go through the syllabus real quick. Is everybody familiar with my courses?
Yes.
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 Is there anybody that is not familiar with my courses?
The only thing I'm not familiar with is how y'all take tests. Because I saw something that's called like Honor Lock or something like that. I've never
What happens is you'll log into the quizzes. In the quizzes, you'll see the 5 tests.
Right.
Okay. Click on the test and just say you want to take that particular test.
Right.
Honor Lock will be automatic.
Okay.
Once you click that button to take the test, it'll switch you automatically to Honor Lock.
Okay.
And
Sounds good.
is this us? Yeah, this is us. Okay, this is the screen you see when you first log into your course. Course content is where basically everything is. It's where the syllabus is that I'm going to be going to in a second. It's where the lecture, quiz, and homework schedule is. Forums are the discussion forums. I have organized the material into tests. So you click on the test, then you can click on a chapter. I don't like chapter 1 because it's boring. So if we're in chapter 2, how the chapters are organized. They're organized into an online outline. An online outline that should be coming up immediately. All right. You will notice in the online outline that if I have more than one PowerPoint, the Roman numerals will be listed with that PowerPoint, and then the subject matter. If I have one PowerPoint, the subject matter will be in the Roman numerals. Then after that, you will have the slides of the PowerPoint that pertain to that subject matter. Below that, one or more videos that correspond with that subject matter. Below that, you will have the pages of the 5th edition of TRO. You can use other editions of TRO, you just have to realize that the page numbers are not going to match up. Any questions about the online outline?
So how many days in a week do we go through?
2. Tuesdays and Thursdays. This is how I've organized the course. Again, you do not have to be here. It is not a requirement because this is an online course. As a matter of fact, I don't even have to be doing this. Okay? So I do this because I think it does you good. If you don't want to be here, you don't have to.
TRO is the pages in the textbook?
Yes.
Okay,
5th edition.
thank you.
Okay? If it's
Mr.
not the
P, I was
5th
also
edition,
curious,
it's
were
not
you-
going to be those specific page numbers.
Were you also doing the Zoom class at 9 a.m. every
Yes.
Tuesday, Thursday as well?
Yes,
Is
9:30.
it the same lecture?
Yeah, as much as I can, David. As a matter of fact, I thought that I lost track of time this morning and I thought I was going over. So what happened is didn't give them the subject matter that I'm going to give you guys after I get through with the orientation. Okay? Okay, any questions about this?
I had one
Notes.
question.
Go ahead.
Not sure if I missed it or not, but I am not seeing anything that specifically states as homework.
Not yet.
Okay,
Not yet.
I just wanted to
Okay.
make sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Alyssa. Because somehow when I copied the program, the homework didn't copy over. So I'm gonna have to rectify that. Okay, I don't see it in here. All right.
But the homework's all going through the Pearson login code though, right?
Yeah, oh, I'm wrong, Alyssa. There are 2 types of homework. And I had hoped to get into this later, but I might as well get into it now. Again, you started with the online outline. The second thing you're going to note is the PowerPoint I use in my presentations is there. I would suggest, if you can, format the PowerPoint so that it gives you 6 slides to a page, and then print them out and bring them with you as I'm giving the lecture. It'll be a lot easier for you to follow along. Another thing, when we go to honor log for the tests, my tests are open book, but I can't allow you to have a second browser. So if you have an e-text or you want to access to PowerPoints, you have to have hard copies. You're not allowed to use the second browser. And I would click on this, but it would take a while for it to click onto the PowerPoint. What the hell? And I got to download it because it won't pop up as a PowerPoint. Is it? There we go. Now, you have 2 places to look for reviews of materials. One is the online outline. You notice that I had subject matters. Those subject matters are the things I deem are important. If you don't want to look there and you just want to look in the PowerPoints, come on. Oh, you can't see the PowerPoints. Hold on a second.
I had to open my PowerPoint in Microsoft PowerPoint.
I love when computers do what you tell them to do rather than what you want them to do. Okay. Sorry, it's just, I had it in the other thing, but it went away on me. There we go. Okay. So if I am in, yeah, now it's going to work. So if I'm in the PowerPoint, why isn't the PowerPoint up? Oh, there we go. Sorry, my computer is not cooperating with me right now. Thank you. Okay, do you see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, the first slide on every PowerPoint is going to be a listing of topics. These topics are the same topics I mentioned in the online outline. Those are the subjects that I view as being important. Good enough?
Yep.
Okay. Now you should be back. Can you see the screen? It says topics. Thank you very much, David. Okay, so getting back to the tests or the way this is organized. First thing, I have the online outline. Second thing, I have the PowerPoints. The third thing is something I call extra homework. Now, in the spring, what happened was, well, what I used to do is I've given you, for this extra homework, I give you the answers as well as the questions. And when I'm doing this normally face-to-face, I like to have you do all the homework. You have the answers to check yourself, so it doesn't make any sense for me to check whether you're right or not because you have the answers. So what I do is I check quantity. Well, what happened after the changeover in the spring, I had everybody submit their homework. The email doesn't handle that much data. So some people were handing in 10 emails to get all their homework in. And as a consequence, I got 300 emails in a week. So I had to go to other means. That explains the Pearson lab. This is important though. This is important because this correlates with my tests better than MyLab and Mastering. I have to have MyLab and Mastering in order to grade you on something. We all understand that? I'll go into MyLab and Mastering in a few minutes. You're going to have in here something that is other information. Right now, the only thing that's in there is a periodic table. So you have access to a periodic table. Down below here are quizzes. Basically, you're going to go in, and I don't think this is the same way that you're going to access it. Well, I could do it this way. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is how you see things. So we're going to go into the quiz. All you do is click on it. Start quiz. So Vera, that's all you're going to have to do. When you get to the test will be in that quizzes box as well. And that will lead you straight to Honor Lock. So you just click on the quizzes and you are ready to go.
Oh, okay, got you.
We good?
We good.
Quizzes
over
are mainly multiple choice, true, false, and short answer. Questions? Good. Okay. When you come over here to the forum, this is your discussion forum. You have to put 3 significant remarks. Now, 3 significant remarks mean 2 sentences. And it can be on, there are 6 categories I have. You can answer an extra credit, an extra homework problem on it. You can ask a question about a PowerPoint or video or some sort of subject you're not understanding and hope that you get an answer. You can answer somebody's question. If there's a current event that pertains to our subject matter, you can throw that in there. There are 6 subjects. There are 6 subjects in there. And basically, I have the definitions of a significant comment. Basically, don't sit there and count the words because, and the other thing is, I don't want to see A followed by 18 varies or 17 varies, good solution. Okay, we understand that? No, I'm getting nothing from you guys. Not even a crack of a smile on that.
I'm actually confused. Do we have to make a forum post once every week? Is that like a requirement of us?
3 every week.
3 forum posts every week.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the first 2 weeks, you're exempt from that. First 3 weeks, basically, the first week, this is what you have to do. You just have to respond to this and give me the 10 answers. And basically, you respond by there's a text box. Okay, there's a text box down here somewhere. You can either respond, I'm sorry, I just lost track there for a second. You can start a new thread, which means you're going to enter the subject. Enter the subject, you have a text box. And down below here, there is a post. That's all you have to do to post it. Understand, the first week, you just answer these questions. The second week, I'm going to come up with 10 more questions that you're going to have to research the answers. In other words, the first question is, where were you born? My question on the second set of questions will be, who was born the furthest from Tampa? So you got to look through all of the questions or all the responses to see who you think was born the furthest from Tampa. And I'm going to make up 9 more questions like that. The person that gets the most right or the most that answers that agree with me get 5 points extra credit on the quizzes. Questions about the forum?
Nope.
So after you like post it, you
Okay,
can see
guys,
everyone-
just the one thing, please. Now that I don't know your names and I'm not good at voice recognition, could you just tell me who you are?
I'm Rebecca.
Rebecca.
So after you post the post, you can see everyone else's answers. So how do you know if someone didn't like go back and edit? You know, like cheat?
I don't know how you would do that, Rebecca. I'm not a technical person. I don't know how you can.
Okay.
I don't think you can go back in. and edit your
You
response?
can.
You can?
Yeah.
One of my teachers in my previous classes did a thing where she made it to where you cannot see anyone else's post unless you made a post yourself.
You can do that, but how does that keep you from cheating? Come on, guys.
Yeah,
It's a
I guess,
fun
yeah, fair enough.
experience. It's meant to be a fun thing, guys.
Wait, how are we cheating? Are we cheating about lying where we were born?
You're cheating to get the 10 points extra, or the 5 points extra credit. Okay, I can live with 5 points being taken away. Okay. All right. Now, the homework that is graded. The homework that is graded, you are going to find in the, you're going to be course home. And you're going to go down here. There is a thing called My Lab and Mastering. If you haven't logged on to get your code, you need to do that as quick as possible. There's an assignment that is due on Sunday at midnight. All you're going to do is click on the My Lab and Mastering. And in order to get the code, or in order to input the code, you're going to have to click a button like that, and it will lead you through the process. If you don't have a code, it will also lead you through the process of purchasing a code. What that will do is that will lead you to a screen that looks somewhat like this one. Are you still seeing the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You will have the assignments pop up on you. And you just can go to the questions and they will be displayed eventually. I'm not real thrilled with My Lab and Mastering, but it's the best thing I have. Now, when I did this in the summer, and when I've used My Lab and Mastering in the past, I've had 120 minutes worth of homework. What Pearson does is they average all the amount of time all the students work on a particular problem, and they average it and give me the amount of minutes. What I've done in previous classes is I have made 120 minutes of that. But since I've had complaints that my lab doesn't fit in as well as the other homework I have, I've cut it down to 60 minutes, hopefully allowing you the extra time to work on the extra homework credit. I will use the extra homework credit to kind of prime the pump in the forum. Now, the other thing I need to show you in here is the introduction, which is due on Sunday midnight. It's extra credit. So you're going to get extra points on what you have done in the other homework assignments. Question about the homework. I like questioning people. Yes, allows me to get through some stuff. Okay, last thing I want to get through is the syllabus. Oh, yeah. Oh, one more thing before the syllabus. I have a lecture, quiz, and homework schedule. You click on that, and that's going to tell you when your quizzes are due, when your homework is due, and when the tests are due, along with subject matters. Questions, guys?
Forums are due on the same date of the homework.
What's that?
Are forums due the same date as the homework?
I think I have those for Sunday to Sunday.
Okay.
Although you are going to see there are some quizzes that are linked up with on the same day as homework.
Okay.
Generally speaking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a week's worth of classes, and then I'll have the homework, which quizzes you basically on the previous week's subject matter. If you notice, and that homework was going to be on Thursdays. If you noticed, on September 15th, it's a Tuesday, we have a test. It doesn't make sense for me to give you homework on that Thursday. So the homework is left off for the week after that. Does that make sense to you? Homeworks will generally be on, homeworks are on Thursdays, depending upon whether or not we've had a test. There may or may not be a homework assignment. You can count on a quiz being every Tuesday. Sometimes you will get them on Thursday. The only time you won't have a quiz on a Tuesday is if there's a test. We good? Shake your head, David. Okay. Last thing, I got to get through the syllabus. It's important for one reason more than any other. Do you see that, guys? I give you my home cell line, my cell phone line, and my home line. Generally speaking, if you're calling me from 8 to 5, the home line is good. I have no life. I'm here, chained to this computer. So you have that information. Guys, nobody has abused it in the past. As long as nobody abuses it, I'm going to continue to give that information out. I need to correct this because I need to also include the fact that I have one from 9:30 to 10:45. All right. All this is crap. If you want to read it, good. It's for the administration that it's written there. Days we are off.
I think Veterans Day.
Veterans Day is the only one that really pertains to you, I think. No, Veterans Day is on a Wednesday. Veterans Day is on a Wednesday. The only thing you get is All College Day. That's the only one you get off. Okay, going through. Guys, that's the grading scale. I have 1,000 points. Participation 70, homework 150. Guys, that's 220 points. That's 2 grade levels. Easy. It's easy to boost your points up with that. Daily quizzes. Some are going to be easy, some are going to be hard. You have four exams worth 120 points each, and the final that's worth 120. Chapter quizzes. There are 19 quizzes which are given. I'm going to remove one of the quizzes from the schedule. There are 17 that are scheduled, 2 that are unscheduled. Or I may just make one. I may move this to make one quiz as an unscheduled event. You're going to drop one quiz result. That means the 18 remaining will be 180 points. The way the quizzes work is I will be lecturing. Like Thursday, you're going to have your first quiz. You're going to have 5 questions that are hard on the subjects I am dealing with today, which include significant figures, measurement readings, and scientific notation and chemophysical properties. There will be 5 hard questions. Then what I'm going to talk about on Thursday is dimensional analysis, temperature, density, and matter. So you'll have 5 more questions that are fairly easy. The easy questions are just designed to make sure that you are at least screening through the PowerPoints. multiple choice, true, false, a few fill in the blanks. Correct answers are displayed. I have to change this. The quizzes are due by 9 a.m. Quizzes are due at 9 a.m. This 5 p.m. is wrong. The reason it's wrong is because I have another class that I'm teaching in the morning. I don't want to give those people an advantage over you by the fact that they will have had the lecture material for the stuff that hasn't been presented yet. So quizzes are due by 9 a.m. So I have to make a note to myself. All right. No late submissions, because the correct answers will be displayed by 5 p.m. So there's no late quizzes. Homework, we have two different types of homework, as I've explained, the extra homework and the My Lab and Mastering. The My Lab and Mastering is the one that is graded. There are 10 assignments. The 10 assignments have differing point values. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how many total points we have at the end, and however many correct responses you give me divided by the number of total points will give you the amount that percentage of for your homework. You have 4 exams worth 120 points. Guys, when you're looking at the grade book, the number I'm putting in there is the number of points, not the percentage. So 90 is not a good score. Most of the homework, most of the test questions are drawn from the homework, but I could invert or reword them. All exams are open book. You're allowed every resource except your cell phones and another browser. Be aware that we are using Honor Lock to proctor the exams, and you will be asked to show your phone and where you store your phone during the test. Guys, please don't make texting motions, because that will be noted in the proctor's report. Do not access another browser.
I have a question about that. So when we do the honor lock, it usually asks us to record our surroundings and show like either like a blank sheet of paper or like notes. Do we show the notes that we have that we're going to use for the test?
David, I don't think that's necessary, because what I specifically put in the instructions to the proctors is the fact that it's an open book. And the only thing
Okay.
I want them to monitor is the fact that you're not using another browser and you are not using your cell phones.
Okay, perfect.
And the only reason for that is, let's face it, if you had access to a browser, you could Google the answers. If you score 90% on the raw scores of each individual exam, you're exempt from the final. That means the score before extra credit or any curve. If the average on the exam does not exceed 75%, I'll give 1 question of extra credit for up to 10% of that test. So basically, if the average on the class is 65, then I'm going to give you the whole 10%. The extra credit will be worth 12 points. If the average is 70, that means you're going to get 5% or 6 points is what the extra credit value is worth. Note, the score of the individual exams is never going to exceed 120 points. This means if you have a score of 118 and the extra credit is worth 12, you're not going to get an exam score of 130. Your score will be 120. I do not like giving makeup exams. The only way I'll give you a makeup exam is if you have a previous engagement that you notify me of a week prior, or if a verified emergency happens. I had a girl that was taking a test and her father had a heart attack while she was taking the test. Seems to me that's pretty verified. Something else I wanted to mention there. Getting old is tough, guys. It'll come to me.
I didn't notice any mention of a calculator for our test. Do we have a specific calculator we cannot use?
No. If you're smart enough to program a graphic calculator, God bless you. Okay? I'm giving you, Alyssa, I'm giving you an open book, right? I mean,
Yeah, I'm just really bad at math, so I usually always have to have a calculator regardless of what it is, just so I don't get my numbers mixed up.
don't worry about it. I don't require any type of calculator. I don't require that you erase it before the test. I mean, let's face it, if you're out on a job and you get asked the density of something, if you have something in your graphic calculator, you're going to push the numbers in and just press that one button, right?
I will say, Alyssa, I think that the Honor Lock program has a built-in calculator for like simple math calculations.
I wouldn't trust
Awesome.
it,
I
though.
couldn't remember if it did, though.
I wouldn't trust it, David, because you're getting into logs and you are getting into, when we deal with moles and molecules, you're going to be getting into very big and very small numbers. So I wouldn't trust that calculator. You have a final. It is cumulative. It is on December 8th, unless I somehow get notified that's the wrong day. The final will not be replaced, and it's cumulative. It can replace one lower individual exam score. However, an individual exam cannot replace the final. And you get the classroom participation for dealing with doing the 3 submissions to the forum. 370 points, guys. You can contest scores 1 week after I enter them in the grade book. After that, I will consider them permanent. I don't like doing late submissions, and attendance is a moot point in this class because you don't have to be here. And pretty much that's everything. If you're going to, the withdrawal date's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. It's the 24th of October, I believe. Last day to withdraw with a W. Yeah, last day to withdraw the 22nd. Guys, please, please come to me before you withdraw. I have an idea of where your grades are better than you do. Okay? So please come to me before you're going to withdraw. I may talk you out of it. I may talk you into it, depending upon my honest evaluation of where you stand. Understand that if you do not have a grade, what I've got the grade book clicked to for right now is that it will treat ungraded, it will not treat ungraded assignments. In other words, I have to enter in the zeros if you don't do an assignment. So it may take me a while to catch up with that. So if you're looking at your grade, realize that if you didn't do an assignment, that's a 0 that's going to catch up with you later. Pretty much that's it, guys. Any questions?
Coach, I have a question, or Mr. P, I have a question about the tests. So I know you said that like they're usually every like Tuesday and all that stuff, but like
Quizzes.
The quizzes. The tests are on Thursdays usually.
I don't think that's true.
Is it? Wait, I'm looking. Well, I'm looking at the schedule right. Or no, well, not every Tuesday. When you have tests on Tuesdays, that's what I'm trying to say.
When I
Is
have a
that like
test on
at
a Tuesday, there's no quiz.
right? But is there like a specific time we need to like take that test by, or is it just like you have that whole day to like?
Generally speaking, you're going to have the whole day.
Okay, and then all right, cool, got you. All right.
I will be honest with you. I will cut it off at the end of this class.
Okay.
I'm sorry, excuse me. The class is supposed to end at 6:45. I'll probably shut the time limit off at 7 p.m.
Okay.
because I want to get a chance to grade them before the end of the night.
Okay.
You'll find that I am very, very good at turning around my grades. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, we're going to dive right into it. Stop share. Okay, Greg stuff. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Test one, yay. Don't you love computers? Ah, wonderful. Thank you. Chapter 1. Okay, let me pull this guy. Share screen. Okay, we see this. Do we see the PowerPoint, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is your job, especially with these first couple of chapters. It is your job to slow me down. If you're not asking questions, or if you're not saying, hey, slow down, Mr. Popovich, then I'm going to continue going. And I'm from Pittsburgh. I talk fast. I lived in New York City for a year. I talk fast. Why is this taking so long? This is like crazy. If you can't get it one way, threatening it. That always works. Do you see this? Do you see the screen, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
It says
Yep.
topics.
Yes.
All right. These are the topics of the first particular PowerPoint. We're going to get through the metric system, units of measurement, estimated digit of measurement, sig fig, scientific notation, chem and physical properties and changes, dimensional analysis, temp conversions, density, and we're going to go through the classification of matter. Fundamental units. If you're dealing with mass, the name of the unit's the kilogram. Length, a meter. Time, second. Temperature's
Popovich.
Kelvin.
Professor,
Electrical current, you're not going to deal with. It's the ampere, and the amount of the substance is the mole.
Professor,
Professor.
we're not looking at the right thing.
Yeah, it's the file screen.
Are you seeing
Okay.
it now?
Yep,
It says
there you go.
fundamental SI units.
Yes, now we see it.
Okay, sorry. In any case, mass, kilograms, the name of the unit. By the way, I need somebody to tell me when it's 6:45. Length is a meter, time second, temperature Kelvin, current ampere, and the amount of substance is the mole. Remember this. King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. Monday stands for meter, the original measurement. King stands for kilo. It's 1,000 times larger than the original measurement. Henry, hecta, 100 times. Died, deca, 10 times larger than the original measurement. Drinking, deci, 1/10 the original measurement. Chocolate, centi, 1/100th. And milk, milli. That is 1/1000th, the amount of the original measurement. So if we are dealing with our units, with our prefixes, look at it like a staircase. If you are going down, in other words, if you're converting a larger unit into a smaller unit, count the number of steps you go down, and you're multiplying it by 10 to that power. If you are going up, what you are doing is you're taking a smaller unit and converting it into a larger one. You divide by 10 for each step you go up. Are we good with that? So, Jacqueline,
Yes,
you
sir.
there, Jacqueline?
Yes.
You're changing a hectogram into a decigram. How many steps are you going down?
1. Or you said deci?
Deci.
Okay. You're going 3.
3 steps. So I'm going down. I'm multiplying the original amount of hectograms by 10 to the 3rd power. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, Rebecca,
Yes.
you have 100 milligrams. How many decigrams do you have?
1,
Okay, how many steps are you going up, Rebecca?
2,
So you're taking that 100, the first step you go up, you divide by 10. 100 divided by 10 is 10, correct?
yes.
You have to go up another step, you divide it by another 10. So the 10 that was left over divided by 10, you have 1 decigram. Make sense, guys?
Yep.
Can I go on?
Yes.
Anybody confused? Now, when we're dealing with measurements, we have 3 parts. A measurement's nothing more than a quantitative observation. There are 3 parts to any measurement. The first one is the number, and that basically gives you a comparison to some other number. The unit tells you what scale you're working on, and the third part is an error estimated, and the error estimation is implied at a plus or minus 1 of the furthest place to the right. So if I had a number, if I had 105 yards. Because I am going out to the 5, the units place, that means if I put no other estimate in there, that means that my measurement can be 105 plus 1 or 105 minus 1. There's a range, so that the range of my measurement is 104 to 106. Am I still got you on board here, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
I think, Jacqueline, you're going to be my designated yes person. Now, you got to understand, whenever you make a measurement, the last number, the last significant figure to the right is always estimated, with the exception of exact numbers. Exact numbers are counted numbers or an exact conversion, like 12 months in a year, 3 feet in a yard, 2.54 centimeters in an inch. An exact number is a counted number, an exact conversion. That last number, an exact number, is not an estimated digit. It is an exact number. What's the estimated value, Kevin? Number 1. What's the estimated number? Okay, Vero.
Sir.
What's the estimated number? And number one.
Is it 4?
Okay, stay with me.
All
Number
right.
3. I'm sorry, number 4.
Is it 4?
4. What about number 3?
I feel like it's a trick question because it's 0.
It is a trick question.
There is no estimated number.
There is no estimated number because you had to have counted the 630 pencils. That is an exact number. There is no estimated digit there.
I got you. I got you. Sounds good.
Even, guys, even if you see it lit up in lights. I'm trying to think of, sorry. I may be stuck here for a while. Even if it's lit up in lights, what is the estimated digit in this measurement?
4.
Thank you. Nathan, good. Thank you. Now, when you are doing a measurement to calculate the value of the smallest line, count the spaces between the marked lines that are numbered. I got 2 numbers here, 50 and 60. I count the spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, to get the value of what my line is, I subtract the difference in the value, 60 minus 50, and then I divide that by the number of spaces. 60 minus 50 is 10. Number of spaces are 10. So therefore, each line is worth 1 milliliter. Now, when you are measuring things, you always go 1 more space to the right. 1 more decimal place to the right to make your estimated value. I know that my measurement, because this is my meniscus, that's the lowest point. I know that my measurement is somewhere between 51, 52, and 53. So the 2 is an exact number. I have to go 1 more decimal place to the right. That looks like it's about 9/10 of the way up there. So I'm going to call this measurement 52.9. Okay, who didn't understand that? Okay. How many of you are going to get it marked wrong the first time you get into the lab? Be careful about your measurements. Rules for significant figures. All non-zero digits are significant. So if I have a 932, there are 3 significant figures there. A 5 and a 0, there's only 1. Captive zeros or zeros between digits. Captive zeros are always significant. So 904 has 3 significant figures. 1005 has 4. A leading zero is any zero to the left of the first non-zero digit. Leading zeros are never significant. So if I have 0.000932, these 3 leading zeros are not significant. Basically, they're placeholders. Trailing zeros. If I have a 0 to the right of the last non-zero digit, it is significant if somewhere in the number there is a decimal point. So for 0.000932, that has 4 significant figures. 34500 only has 3 because the first number has a decimal point, the second one doesn't. If we are going to drop a digit because we don't have enough significant figures because of the calculation, then if the digit to be dropped is less than 5, the last significant digit doesn't change. If it's greater than 5, it does. So if I am going to look at 0.0862152, and my last digit is the 1, I'm going to look to the right. The number just to the right is a 5. Therefore, this gets rounded up to 0.08622. On the other hand, if I'm dealing with 84.14000 and the 1 is the last digit I can report out, I look to the right of the 1. That number is less than 5. It stays at 84.1. If it's a 5, it goes up to 84.2. Now, the rules. In addition and subtraction, when you've got 2 different numbers, you round to the same number of significant figures as the least accurate number. Excuse me, let me restate that. You round to the same place as the least accurate number. The least accurate number is the one that doesn't have as many decimal places. If I'm adding 16.02 and 14.321, the 16.02 only goes to the right 2 places past the decimal. The 14.321 goes 3 places. So I can only use 2 places to the right since I'm limited by the 16.02. I add those 2 numbers up and I get 30.341. That 1 is going to get dropped. It's less than 5, so my final answer would be 30.34. Questions on this? Work on these for a second. Oh, that makes it easier, doesn't it? Maybe screen will work. Nope. Bear with me a second. I'll pop it up there in a second again. You should be seeing it again. Okay. Alyssa. You there, Alyssa? Turn your mic on. Everybody turn their mics on. Alyssa, you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have 14. You have 20, I'm sorry, 21. I love technology. You have 21.4532. To that, you're adding 12.1. Which one of those two
Okay.
numbers goes to the right, the fewest decimal points?
Say that again. What has,
We're dealing with these two numbers, Alyssa.
right.
Which one goes to the right, the least amount?
The least amount is 12.1.
So that indicates how many decimal points are going to be in my answer. How many places past the decimal point?
You should have 1, 2, 4 because the 12.1 is the least accurate,
Okay.
right?
When
Or
I
did I
add
get that
12.1 to
confused?
this number,
Yeah.
I get 33.5532.
Right.
Where does that stop? Where do I stop going to the right? Which decimal place? The 10th place or the 100th place?
The 10th.
Exactly. So that
Okay.
answer should be 33.5 or 0.6,
Got it.
33.6.
Yeah.
0.6 for the roundup.
Right. Nathan, second question. 303 plus 12.23. Which of these numbers is more accurate?
12.23.
So which one's going to limit us?
The 303.
So how far can I go to the right?
You can only go 3 whole numbers.
3 whole numbers. So that ends up being 315. Who thinks they know this crap?
I think I do.
Okay. 40,000 minus 1.2 equals,
Oh, hold up.
39,999.
is he
Right.
right?
No.
Or would round to 4,000 then, wouldn't it? 40,000.
40,000.
It's 40,000. Ladies and gentlemen, you can subtract a number from another one and not change it, because what we're really saying is the 1.2 is not significant in relationship to the 40,000. It's like spitting in the ocean. If you spit into the ocean, you're not going to call the ocean spit, are you? Okay. You have 101 minus 1.6.
100.
What's the answer there?
It'd be 100.4.
How far? Who
100?
answered that?
Oh,
Who answered that?
I did, Brian.
Brian.
But I guess that's not right.
Brian. Do you see
Yes.
the 102?
Yeah. That'd be 3 sig.
What place is the furthest to the right in 102?
Oh, it's nothing. It doesn't go past it. So it's 0.
Should
you're
be
right.
what?
Never
What
mind.
should the answer be then?
It should just be, it would just be 3 sig figs, right? Because the 0 in the middle.
So how are you going to report that out?
Just,
It's the correct answer is 100.
oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, then you take out the 0.4, so it's just 100.
But how are you going to mark that on a test? There are two ways to do it. You either
Just
put
add
a
a decimal.
line over the 0 in the units place, or you use scientific notation and call it 1.00 times 10 to the second.
Oh, okay.
Now, this last one down here. Who thinks they can give me the correct answer?
I'll give it a shot.
Go for it.
Hundreds place.
Is it 1002, and then you go 2 decimal places over to the hundreds? Well, the answer after the math is 1002.215, but then you go over twice to the hundreds place, so then the final answer will be 1002.22.
But if that's true,
Oh,
I have
you're on a test.
5 sig figs here, right? I have 4 sig figs here. You're telling me
Oh, so
I got 6 significant figures now?
So it's,
Yep.
so it's,
Exactly. Keep to your guns, guys. Keep
Oh,
to
okay.
your guns.
okay, yeah, I see.
When
okay.
you add numbers, it
Okay.
is possible to gain a significant figure. When you subtract numbers, it is possible to lose a significant figure. Are we good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. When you multiply and divide, this is the easy one, I think. You round to the same number of significant figures as the factor that has the fewest significant figures. So if I'm looking at 32 times 16.1, 32 has 2 sig figs, 16.1 has 3. My answer will have 2 significant figures. Answers. How many significant figures should that top one have? Aubrey?
2.
2. Dylan? Second answer. How many significant figures should your answer have?
4.
4. All right, let's look at that third one. Guys, there are a couple math rules that you have to remember from way back when. And think like what, 3rd grade? If something is in parentheses, you always do that. You always do that first. So you add the 23.45 and the 3.1, and that ends up being 26.6, since the 3.1 limits you to the 10th place. So you have 26.6, 3 significant figures, times 6.32, 3 significant figures. Your final answer will have 3. Now, I'm going to end show for a second. If I'm doing something like this, though, I guess if I'm doing a math operation like that, you simply do things from left to right. So 4.2 plus 3.68 would be 7.9. And then I multiply that by 5. My final answer will only have one significant figure.
I thought you multiplied first for PEMDAS.
No. I'm sorry?
I thought you multiplied first according to like PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponent, multiplying, dividing, addition, and subtraction.
Rebecca, talk to me after class. You might have pointed out an error. I have always done it. I go from left to right. Okay? Point
Okay.
that out or tell me what you're talking about later, okay?
All right.
You have like 15 minutes left, sir. I didn't mean to interrupt, but
Well, it's 6:45.
No, I don't.
I thought you said, oh, okay, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, it's quarter till.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Quarter till. Just give me a couple more slides, okay? And by the way, it is tonight that I said that we're doing the lab, correct?
Yes.
Anybody have me for lab?
Oh no.
I do.
Nobody has
Blake
me for
does.
lab.
I do.
When I gave you the note, I told you tonight at 7, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I will be there. Okay. When you are choosing conversion numbers, and this includes atomic weights, always choose a conversion value that does not limit your data's significant figures. For example, if you want to convert quarts to liters and you have 3.251 quarts, if you use the conversion factor, 1 quart is equal to 0.95 liters, isn't that going to limit your original data? Guys, at this point, you're supposed to say, yay, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if I use 1 quart is equal to 9.946, that's still limiting my data. I have to go to the conversion factor. Anybody want a dog? Hold on a second, guys.
Hilarious.
Are you cooking?
Yeah, I totally am cooking. I'm making vegan meatballs.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds good.
Right? They're actually really good.
I had vegan eggs this morning.
It's this pure
Oh, yeah.
farmland brand, but they're really, really good.
I feel like, is it any expensive though? Or is it costly in any
No,
way?
actually, I got them at Publix. They were buy one get one. They weren't that bad.
Oh, nice. Good
Yeah.
Sorry, that was something near and dear to my heart, a wine shipment.
stuff.
Okay, so if I'm looking at this, I can use 0.9464 because that's not going to limit the amount of significant figures. I can use 0.94635 if I wanted to, because that has more significant figures than my data. I just can't use less significant figures than my data. Anybody have any questions?
No.
All right, guys, those of you that are going to be here at 7 o'clock, we're going to get through this. Those of you that are not here, thank you very much for showing up tonight. Same time on Thursday, and we will pick up right after significant figures. Questions?
Nope.
How about the pace, guys?
Pretty good.
Perfect.
Talking about
Yeah.
Okay, good enough. If you have complaints, please shout them out at me, all right?
Mr. P, actually, are these the same slides that are within our Canvas as well?
Should be.
Okay, perfect.
I can check on that in a second for you.
They are, because I looked at it.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
What's going to happen? I'll be perfectly honest with you, is I review my slides every Sunday. And You should be happy I do this because my slideshow doesn't stay the same from year to year. I change them. I do a little nuances. I may think, okay, I need to put in a problem here. So there are times when I will do that, but that's to try and make the slideshow better for you. And in that case, you won't have the same exact slideshow. I will try to remember to upload it into my courses, but sometimes it gets forgotten.
Okay.
Anything else, guys?
Nope.
Take care. I'll see you on Thursday, hopefully.
Perfect.
Have a good
Yeah, have a
night,
good
guys.
You
one.
too.
And I'm staying, right?
Who's?
Rebecca?
Good. Rebecca, do me one favor.
Yeah.
I knew there was some. Remember I said there was something I forgot?
Yes.
Yeah, remind me to just mention that anybody that has a disability that has extra time, if you could remind me, and I'll put it in here. If you could remind me to bring that up, because I want the people to remind me because I forget these things.
All right.
Thank you. And no, you're not staying in this program. I can't
Sorry,
have you
what?
stay in this. I can't have you stay in, well, I guess I could. No, I'm not going to have you stay in this program because I got to record it. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I will momentarily, I will invite you again. Okay?
All right.
See you in a few minutes.
Right. See ya.